Forgiveness, right? We all have those people we have not forgiven. The results in our life about who we have not forgiven and that degree to which we have not forgiven someone is the degree we are in disharmony with ourselves. Forgiveness is about you. It's not about them, right? So Professor Gates at this psychological laboratory in Washington, D.C. did a study on human beings and emotions. And what he found when he took the perspiration of people, he found that when people were thinking thoughts of anger and resentment, the acid test was hundreds of times stronger on that perspiration. So when you're in a state of anger, resentment, things you haven't forgiven, the acid in your body is way higher. If I were to put acid on you, it would burn through your skin. It would prove extremely painful, right? You know it's extremely painful when you have not forgiven someone, right? Forgiveness is about you. It's not about them. And I'm sure there's a lot of videos on forgiveness that may be really nice, they may touch something. What I want to do is actually give you something to do with this thing, right? So first I'm going to tell a story, right? So I had this kind of hero mentor of mine, and he ended up taking money from me in a way that was not ethical, in my opinion, and it was debilitating. This guy, he was like a hero to me, kind of, you know? He was a mentor. He was someone I wanted to be like. I was even following similar career path, making the same decisions he made at my age. He was coaching me, and then he took money from me. Gosh, I was so mad, and I wanted to like post online about this guy, contact every one of his clients and let them know. I wanted everyone to know what this guy did to make him pay. Maybe you can relate to that. And I had to finally, I was so angry. I just felt like crap, right? You feel like crap when you're angry and when you haven't forgiven someone. And finally, I had to just say to myself, is this happening to you or for you, right? Is this happening to you or for you? When you're so bogged down in the matrix of the anger and you're so wrapped up in the box, you cannot tell that generally it's giving you a great opportunity. And what I found out in the coming months was I was headed on a career path that I didn't want. I made some changes in my business and I could not be happier. And if he didn't take money from me, I would have never switched my career path. I would have never done this little change in my business that made me so much happier. It saved me so much money. It saved me so much time. So, right, here's something to ask yourself. Is it happening to you or for you, right? So someone cheats on you, right? And that's happened to me. And I wanted to be so angry about it. But then when you say, how could this be happening for you? Literally write that on a paper. How could this be happening for you? I'm going to say it again. How could this be happening for you? So hypothetically, if this were happening to you, if they were happening for you, how could it be, right? So someone cheats on me, right? So I think, well, how could this happen for me, right? This could be happening for me because maybe this wasn't a really that healthy of a relationship, but I was so blinded by the dopamine of love that I thought it was what I wanted, but really dopamine just blocks a bunch of stuff we don't even realize, right? So how could this be happening for you, right? So I find out, man, this wasn't the right relationship. I was getting kind of dependent. This was taken away from my work. My productivity was struggling. All of these things that are so important in my life, I was neglecting for this thing. And unless she cheated, I would have never, ever, ever found these changes I needed to make in my life, and I would have never found the person I'm with now. And now it's amazing. I can't even imagine looking back the changes that occurred, how much more money my partner and I have made together, how much in better shape we've gotten, how much more compatible her and I are. She's even my business partner with what I do. Stuff that never would have worked with the previous person, and at the time I was too angry to ever consider this. So the question is, how may this be happening to you? I'm not saying it is. You must accept this. I'm saying, let's play hypothetical. Let's play the what if game. What if this was happening for you? You know, what could happen? I have a friend, and they had this crazy breakup, right? And the cops were called, somebody went to jail. It was super, super, super bad. And then the person said, well, if that didn't happen and I didn't and the cops didn't come and I didn't get embarrassed, I would have stayed with this person we would have got married and had the worst divorce ever, right? It was so bad, and he was so angry. I mean, and she was so angry, she didn't realize that it was actually a blessing, right? So it's, how is it happening for you? And here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pull out a piece of paper, and I want you to write them a letter. You don't need to give it to them. You don't even need to tell them that you forgive them. This is about you. It's not about them. So you're going to write a letter, and you're going to say how this happened for me because, and you're going to write out the letter, and you're going to look hypothetically on the positive, on what you could gain out of it. And when you realize that there is equally bad but equally good things, then it's easy to forgive, because you see, wow, this just opened a new door for me. So what you're going to do is take out a piece of paper. You're going to write down the first line of the paper. It's going to say, this has happened to me. This has happened for me, rather. This has happened for me because. And you're going to write out all the positives, all the plus, and then you lose your emotional charge to it. Do that, and then comment below on your experience so you can help others in this thread. Forgiveness is about you, not about them. It's happening for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to press subscribe, smile really, really big, and then add your email address to my newsletter on my website. It's jakeducey.com. Link below. Peace out.